sleeper, it's not lunchtime. Good afternoon, Georgia! All right, that's what I'm talking about, guys. My name is Armando Torres, and first of all, I want to give thanks and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, what I came to talk about today is actually my favorite subject in the entire world is your why. And I talk about this because this is real powerful. Listen to this. Who here agrees with me that North American Power is the Ferrari of network marketing? Okay, this is the Ferrari of home-based business. But what happens is, a lot of us don't put in the right gas. And the why is your gas. See, you can have the fastest, sweetest, most beautiful car in the world, but if you don't put the right gas, you ain't going nowhere, right? You agree? All right. So this is what I want to talk about today, because understand your why is going to be the catalyst. It's going to be a catalyst to blow up your business. And if you put in water, you don't put in the right gas, then guess what? You're just going to stay right there, right? All right. So let's break this down. Let me share a little bit about my why, okay? I was born to immigrant parents. I'm not going to go all the way back, right? But we're going to talk real quick here. And my father came to this country. He was a freedom fighter in Cuba. He fought in the revolution on the wrong side at that time, but he didn't know that. He was just fighting for freedom, right? He was fighting for freedom for his people. And since I was born, he always talked to me about freedom, about being a free man, you know? He says, son, and he passed when I was 12 years old, and he's up there, standing up there looking at us today, and he's very proud of everybody here, and for what we're doing, how many people we're gonna help get free. And he told me since I was a kid, he said, you never in your life have a boss. That was like his lesson to me. Wow. And folks, here's what goes down. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna ask your permission if I can be honest with you guys and break it down, right? I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how it is. So, since I was 4 years old, I was selling oranges. I've been selling bananas. I've been selling all the things, you know, just all my whole life been an entrepreneur, just trying to make things happen, make money. Right. When my dad passed away, and I said the story earlier to somebody, I was 12 years old, and my mom worked at the bank. She had to get a job and work at the bank. She was making $280 on a weekly basis. And I get out there, and I start selling chocolates door to door, bringing in $500 a week. And I was able to help support the house when I was 12 years old. Wow. And those lessons, what it taught me was that when you understand why you're doing things, you just have this power to wake up in the morning, get out there and go do it. Wow. So I've been very fortunate in my life, and I was in South Florida during the boom of real estate, right? So I was in the right place at the right time for the first time in my life, and I just got up and got after it because I just wanted to be free. I never wanted to have a boss. That was my thing, all right? And each and every one of you guys have your own whys, and you got to understand what is it that is your why. So that way, when things happen, you still keep on getting. And I know my English is very pretty, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do tonight, right? So you guys what I'm gonna say. So here's the key to this. So as I was telling you guys, you know, my why is to be a free man, and then also to give freedom to the people who I can touch, right? My wife has never had a boss. And that's something I'm very proud of. And that's not because I'm a male chauvinistic thing. That's not the thing. It's just a matter of I want to wake up in the morning at whatever time I want to wake up, all right? And I want to look over and I want to know if she's there and she's not answering to somebody else, right? That was just my thing. And now what happens is I rode the wave in real estate. I was at the right place at the right time. And I was able to have all the luxuries and everything I wanted in my life. And I don't know if you guys know here in Georgia, but down there in South Florida, we don't have a bus. And I lost everything. We had the houses, we had the cars, we had vacation homes, we had traveling. I lost everything. But I didn't lose my wife. All right. And I gotta tell you guys, for the past few years, it was tough. I mean, it was daggone tough. Waking up every day and just like trying to figure out, and you know, I can understand that I was at a position where I had millions of dollars going all this, you know, my best month, $380,000 in 1 month. I mean, just great life. So all of a sudden trying to make a decision, are we gonna buy that kind of bread or rice, and we don't really need to eat that much now, and stuff like that. So, you gotta just make some critical decisions.
Yes.
And I had to consider getting a job. And it got tough. And I want to tell you guys, my why was what kept me looking for the right opportunity. My why was what kept me away from having to get out there and say, yes, sir, what time do you want me to come in, sir? When can I take vacation? See, I'm not wired that way. I'm just not wired that way. So what I had to do was I had to figure out a way to make that happen outside of real estate. That was my identity. Now, how am I doing on time? Because I can't even see back here. All right. Oh, 10 minutes, man. All right, let me just relax now. 10 minutes, man. I'm cute, man. 10 minutes, you can say, oh, man. So, man, I lost my third. So,
You don't want that identified by real estate.
so I was identified. I lost my identity. So I gotta go out there and I gotta look for something to become somebody again. And by sheer dumb luck, I fall into this industry. See, I fall into this industry because a lady tells me about, she was in Excel and she had been in telecommunication deregulation and deregulation. I'm like, what the heck is that deregulation thing? And then she explains to me, she's like, okay, you get a bunch of customers, they're gonna pay light bill, they're gonna pay light bill for the rest of their life, and then you get enough customers that when you hit a freedom number, you will never, ever have to work again in your life. I said, what? I said, you're crazy, for real, they're gonna pay you forever and ever and ever? She said, yeah. I said, oh, okay, let me talk about you. Okay, let me see what you gotta say about this. So then, and this is where it gets crazy because understand, I'm not lazy, although John sometimes thinks I'm lazy, but that's good. This guy, I love this guy, man. It's not about being lazy, it's about getting to the point where you don't have to do something you don't want to do. See, because I love what we're doing right now. We're working harder than we've ever worked before. And next 3 months, next 4 months, it's pain. I will outwork everybody I know, except for you guys, because you guys are going to be right on pace with me, right? But we're going to work hard till we get to our financial independence number, to our why, to my why, right? Now, why am I here? And the why is so important because understand this. Your why has to be clear for 3 reasons. And 3 reasons. I want you to take notes on this. 1, your sponsor, your upline, your organization, people that you are going to count on for support, they need to be clear on why you're doing the business so they understand how much time to invest in you. Whoa, I'm saying real. I told you, I asked permission to be real today, right?
Yes.
Because I ain't going to spend time with you, and nobody here, Bob Thorne, nor John Castino, Vanessa Jackson, and nor Branch, or anybody else going to spend time with you if you're not clear where you're going.
That's right.
Now, if you are clear where you're going, you're able to communicate that effectively, man, I'm going to be on you like water and rice. I will not let you go, and none of these other leaders will let you go. We will work with you. We will tear you up, working hard, because we're going to understand where you're coming from, and we're going to help you get there. Because it's about you. It's about each and every one of you guys. It's about each and every one of us and our personal why. Second reason, you need to be able to communicate that to the people, to your friends and family effectively. Now, some professional network marketers, like we call them, right? Like we call ourselves sometimes. I'm actually getting into that position where I'm becoming a professional network marketer, right? People have followed us down a few rabbit holes before. Am I right or wrong? Okay. And you might have approached them before about whatever you were doing, and then approach them again about the next thing, and approach them again about the next thing. And sometimes, we just like, oh man, I got to listen. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. But that's why I fell in love with. I call it the John Castino system. Understand, this system works. It's duplicatable. Like he was saying, I can sell. I can go out there and I can sell. And I know some of you guys can sell. But 17, 20 generation, 50 generation, 100 generations down the line, or when we're talking to that waitress at Denny's, and we're talking to her how to get into this business, and we know that she needs the freedom, we need to be able to give her a system to follow.
Yes.
And that's what we're talking about here. She needs to be able to talk to her friends and family with a compelling reason, with a compelling story, with a compelling tell you why they need to pay attention. That's the cornerstone of this business. When he gave me this topic today, I was like, man, I love that. That's what I want to talk about. That's all I want to talk about. Because that is the cornerstone of our business. If you can effectively communicate why you're doing this business, that's the only selling. That's the only part you got to talk. After that, you can shut your mouth and put them on the call and then put them in the live events and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Your only job, your only role, your only script in this whole entire play is just tell people why you need to be successful. That's it. The system takes care of the rest. Now the third reason, I'm going to tell you the third reason. And this is where we're going to get personal. The third reason is because you have to have a reason to get your butt up in the morning and get after it. Because things are going to happen, folks. I've driven 300 miles to go to a presentation, show up, expecting to have 200 people, and 3 people showed up, 1 was drunk. I've got some plane stories, man. That's what I'm talking about. I got some plane stories. I mean, I've been on American Airlines, folks, and then we've been out in the tarmac ready to take off, and he says, we got to go back and get gas. We don't got enough gas to get to Chicago. I mean, just like things have been happening that just try to break you. And life is going to happen. Things are going to happen. And if you're not crystal daggone clear on why and where you're going, you're going to break. That's the most important person. You got to be clear with yourself of why you're doing this business. So when the days are hard, when you go after a week and you've been giving it all you got and you've only been able to bring in 5 people into your organization, or 2 people, or 1 person, you're like, man, is this thing going to work for me? Then you're like, hold on a second. It's not about right now. It's about 24 months from now when we're chilling in Bora Bora with all my friends. And it's game, because the freedom that we can gain here, the freedom that this business is